This 26 Sports and CCTV high school football presentation is brought to you by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
All right, here's the first play from scrimmage. Zach Noren on the left side trying to pick his way, and he is into the end zone for a Trojan touchdown.
We'll see if we can get a replay of that one afterwards. What a move he put in the open field out there on McBain.
There was nothing there at first, Dan.
No.
He made 10 yards out of pretty much nothing.
Yep.
Great move by Zach Noren. And they will attempt the extra point. So Zach Noren has got is that his second touchdown?
Yeah, it's his second touchdout. Yep.
Okay.
And like I was telling you guys early in the game, it was kind of nice to run into his dad. I taught his dad, BJ, about 30 years ago in 6th grade. So
now the kick is low
and no good.
So it's going to be 13-0 Lake City. And see if we got our replay going here. No replay. Jeff, did you get a view of that one where you were?
Yeah, I did. He didn't get a good kickoff. It got low. It wasn't a bad snap. I just don't think he got a good kickoff. And but right now the balance of the Trojans is what's causing McBain trouble, because you can't just shut down the run, you can't just shut down the pass. They've got a really balanced attack, and so they've got a lot of ways that they can come at you. And McBain's struggling with that just a little bit right now. Lake City definitely has the momentum.
And Lake City has got several receivers too, so it's not just one guy that you can key on as far as receivers go. So anyway,
right.
13-0 Lake City here, just started in the second quarter.
Yeah,
and
the Seelan brothers, I think, are both back. I know Gavin is on the far side of the field here for McBain, and this is coming towards the other receiver. Gavin
Cole
gets in front. I think that's Cole.
Yeah, that's Cole.
Yep.
Hit right there hard by, is that number 10, Dan?
That is number 10. That's Ising, Waylon Ising.
Waylon Ising with a big hit at the 24. So that'll fire up the crowd and also Lake City on that play. Right now they've got all the momentum.
Big drive right here. Lake City scores on the first play of the second quarter, and McBain's in a big hole. They cannot afford to go down anymore. They need to get some first downs and eat up a little bit of that clock we talked about in pregame, Bill.
Alex Utek in the shotgun, looking to pass on the right side. Verbeek Mose has it.
Yep.
He's got the first down, and he's driven out at the 45 by number 1 and number 44 and 54. That's Miles McLeod.
That's the first time today I think we've seen that double splits for McBain. Spreads out their athletes a little bit, similar to what Lake City does. And then that's a big threat, especially if Noah Hendrickson's in the backfield. But we have not seen him. We saw him in warm-ups. He looked pretty good, Bill, but obviously he is just unable to go.
And Verbeek Mose has had a couple catches for the Ramblers. A lone setback is Cole Seelan looking to pass as Utek. Down the line there, it's intercepted. And then it's fumbled, and it looks like
covered
Lake City
again.
has got it. Let's see who comes up with it, Dan, on the
Did we get a replay of that? That'll be a fun play to watch on replay.
Yes, it is Lake City ball, and we will see if we can get a replay. Jeff, what'd you see down there? Jeff, do you read me on the sidelines?
Yep, I can hear you. I think part of what's happening as you saw Lake City also throw an interception going in that way. The wind is blowing just a little bit more down here than it appears, and I think it's holding the ball up just a little bit.
All right.
Here comes that replay, Bill. Lake City's breaking the huddle.
Just kind of threw off his back foot there. Didn't get enough on it.
I think that's Bisbal with that interception, number 10.
Yep. Nope, Bisbal's number 12.
That's Ising. Yep. Yeah. I think he might have been the one that recovered it. Oh, there's a long throw right there. Almost caught.
Oh,
nice play.
Number 1 for
Lake City. Devin Davis.
Devin Davis almost brought that one in.
I'm not sure who the Lake City defender was. I think he thought he was just going to get it. I don't think he saw Devin Davis coming because he just kind of sat back waiting for it, and Davis leapt in front of him, just unable to make a play.
It is 2nd down and 10 from the 46-yard line of Lake City. The Trojans are up 13-0. You are watching high school playoff action on 26 Sports and CCTV. Dan Gussert along with Bill Dooley and Jeff Castillo on the sidelines. Holt out wide to Ball. Ball dances around and gets a couple up to the 50, a little shy. What do we got here, Dan?
Jacob Ball, senior right there. Hey, we're going to give a big shout-out to our sponsors again here. Thank you to them for giving us the potential to bring you some playoff football here in northern Michigan. Cadillac Casting, Bauman and Rogers, Johnson Oil and Propane, City to Shore Real Estate, Miller's Corner, Fox Motors of Cadillac, A-Tech Automotive Repair and Towing. We also have McBain and Lake City Family Pharmacies. We have the A&L Trading Post, Summit Digital, and I'll give you the final remaining ones here, Bill, after display.
That's great to have a big list like that, isn't it? A lot of support on this game. Matt Holt fakes the handoff, looking deep down the middle, and he way overthrew his intended receiver, which was, I think that's a 10.
Yeah,
is that Ising?
That's Ising. Yep.
Okay, Waylon Ising, number 10.
Okay. Let me give you those last 4 sponsors real quick, Bill. We got McBain Auto Service, Young Funeral Home, Ebel's Hardware, and we have LC Materials. So thank you.
And number 3, the quarterback, I made a mistake there. It's James Young is the quarterback.
Yeah,
right
he
now,
comes
Dan.
in and does some Lake City does run 2 quarterbacks throughout the game.
Okay, getting ready to punt the ball. Nice booming high kick. Letting that one drop is Gavin Seelan, and Lake City will down it at about the 8-yard line.
Yep.
Number 44, Dan, for Lake City, who is the punter. Nice.
Well, that's
punt
Walker
there.
Herrick.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, Johnny Feller's number 44. I think he's doing the punting, and Herrick is doing the kick.
You're right. Yep.
So 44 really.
That was a nice punt.
Nicely.
That held up into the air a long time. It got that wind behind it, which is now kind of switched back to
almost to the west, isn't
west
it?
where it was when we started the game. So
McBain with just under 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. They are down 13-0, and they're backed up deep in their zone, and there's a false start by McBain.
Yep, that's going to cost them a little bit. You know, half the distance to the goal, or excuse me, that 5-yard penalty isn't going to be a whole lot.
Well, they're going to get the full 5.
They'll get all 5 because
line.
they're at the 10, aren't they?
So that really hurts. No room for mistake now as far as a fumble or anything like that.
13-0 with just under 10 minutes to go as the Lake City offense has really been the show right now. McBain's had a couple of starts to drives, and then Lake City's defensive line really shut them down.
All right, Alex Utek from his own 5. Here's a handoff to left to Ising.
He's got
Austin
big hole,
Ising.
Bill.
He's following his blocker. He's all the way up and very close to the first down. So that's a nice 15-yard carry by Austin Ising. Number 8. He's running well tonight.
He is
had
running
some big
well,
runs.
yep. And we highlighted that McBain offensive line a little bit in pregame, and especially that left side.
Well, when you've
nice
got,
job of blocking there.
Yeah, you've got Sean and Andrew Sycamore, 6'3" and 6'2", 275. And the center Fauble is 245. So
McBain, Lake City does a lot of stunning, a lot of blitzing to counter that, and that's why I think you see some of those bigger plays by the Lake City defense here.
Verbeekmos out to the left, but there's a handoff up the left side, a first down. Is that Cole Sealand?
Yep, Cole Sealand with another, probably 9-10 yards right there.
Boy, this is nice for your offensive line, Dan, to get that breathing room. They're out at the 30 now. Just a second ago, they were at the 5-yard line.
Looks like a little substitution maybe. Number 52 coming in for Lake City there. And he's going to head over to that side of the field where the last 2 runs have been successful. That's Zane Crittenden.
1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Clock is at 8:50 and running here in the second quarter. There's a movement, but it looks like it's okay. That one didn't go anywhere. Handoff on the left side. And,
right over there where Crittenden just came in.
That was Cole Sealand, who was bottled up. So now it'll be 2nd down and long for the Ramblers. They are looking for their first score, trying to get a little momentum here going before the end of the first half.
Well, I think they like nothing better to use up about 8 minutes and 15 seconds here on this drive and score just before halftime. We'll see how it all plays out.
Here's a handoff to the right. Lake City just blast him back with a big loss.
That's number 44, Bill, leading that one. That is Johnny Feller. He did a great job coming off that. Nice tackle, good fundamentals, and just drove Sealand back.
Yeah, Johnny Feller is a senior, and great job by the defensive line, the surge that they had.
This has, I think, been the big difference is right here. You got 3rd and long. Lake City's just a little bit, a little more, I guess they got a little more power out there. Different receivers, they can run. McBain, this is tough for them. Holt UTEC just doesn't quite have.
What do we got
We
here?
got timeout.
Timeout called.
Yep.
With 7:22 to go.
Hey,
here
Bill, why don't we
in the
mention
second?
everybody out there running the cameras and everything for us if we could here for a moment.
All right, we got to get our crew
Maybe
in
we
here.
can get Jeff Castillo back on the air, too. They're staying cold out there. We appreciate all they're doing for us.
All right, I'll get our crew here going. Our director tonight is Wyatt Van Dynen. We also have Caleb Drake on a camera, along with Rain Johnson Hill. We have Max Davidson. And then Kaylee Buck is doing our graphics and replay. And Jeff Castillo is our sideline reporter for tonight. So that gets you caught up on the crew. And like we said, they're up above here, Dan. They're in that cold weather. But Wyatt and Kaylee are down in that warm van. Lots of heat down there. So,
you know what? As the year's gone on, Bill, they had some tough ones down in there. It was just too hot to work in that.
All right.
3rd and a bunch for McBain, about a dozen here. We'll see what they do. They come out in a different formation than we saw before the timeout, Bill.
We'll see if they go to Verbeek-Moos. Looking over there, there's Gavin Sealand, and it is intercepted by number 10.
Yep.
That's Eiling. Whalen, he's still
That's
going.
his second one here in the last few minutes. There's a flag on the far side on this too, Bill.
Could have been a face mask, but Eiling with a beautiful interception, his second one.
Yeah, he's a senior, and I tell you what, he's got a good nose for the ball. His head's up the whole time going back. Another huge play if this holds out. Lake City's going to take over deep in McBain territory.
Hey, Jeff, did you get a view of that one there? Did the wind kind of hold up that pass a little bit?
Yeah, I really think it did. It is gusting pretty good. I think throughout the night, if it stays that way, it's going to be trouble on both of these teams to throw in that direction. So, but, McBain doesn't have much of a choice right now. Lake City's doing an excellent job of bottling them up. And, McBain can't get the option rolling.
That's going to be marked off against Lake City.
Because Lake City's getting penetration, and anybody who's trying to run the option, you cannot have penetration, and that's what Lake City's doing, and they're hurting them with their speed. So it forced McBain into that long pass.
Yeah, you could see that one kind of floating a little bit on him, Dan. It didn't Sealand had a step on him, but he had to slow up, and that caused the interception.
And it didn't look like he could get his feet under him to make that throw either real well with all the action around him.
Handoff is on the left side. McBain's defense holds very well there with a
Sycamore
1 yard
35
gain.
with that tackle.
So James Young is doing the quarterbacking now for Lake City.
Yeah, we've seen Lake City twice this year, and this is what they do. Second quarter, Young comes in, takes a bunch of snaps, and sometimes he's taking the majority of them the rest of the night.
It's hard for defense to really know,
And certainly, heading into next season, it gives Young a lot of experience.
Young looking down the middle, a nice spiral over there, and it's tipped beautifully there, but I think, that was Cole Sealand with the tip.
Yeah, Young's the senior. Holt is the one that's the junior. He's the one that'll be back next year.
And that pass was intended for Jacob Ball, and a great defensive play by the senior Cole Sealand.
3rd and 9 coming up.
And we
With
want to
6:20 to go.
We want to let everybody know that DVDs are an important part of 26 Sports and CCTV. It helps with some of the equipment and the supervision for the students at the Wexford Career Tech Center. So anyway, if you want a DVD of the game or the whole season, any of the teams you cover, just give us a call. There's the handoff to Zach Noren on the right side. Noren busts his way up, and he's very close to the first down.
I was watching out of the far side of that play. You had Ben Marion, who was the inside split to that side, and he ran about 7 yards and then just stood in front of his player and didn't let him around, did a nice job of blocking out there. And that allows Lake City to pick up almost first down. It's fourth and very short, and they're going to go for it.
All right, Young will keep it. Bounces off to the left. He's got the first down and more, and then McBain will bring him down hard with a high tackle. But good job there by Young to get that extra push.
McBain's looking a little tired right there. I think that's the first time today I've seen Cole Sealand not wrap up on that tackle. He hit Young early. Still would have been a first down, but he did not wrap at all. It was just a hit.
You know, Dan, that defense has been on the field,
most
of the first half. And we've only got five and a quarter here to go in the second quarter. So they've got to be a tired group out there. Shotgun for Young. Gives it to Noren. Noren with some speed as he sheds a couple tacklers. He's breaking into the 10. He's at the 5, and he is into the end zone. A touchdown for Zach Noren.
That's a highlight run right there, Bill. That looked like a 10-yard loss.
Coming back, though, Bill. I saw a flag down there, and it looked like a holding.
All right, Jeff, I did not see that. Good catch on that.
Yeah, it is
one of the
hold.
wide receivers. I didn't catch the number on him, but one of the wide receivers, he had a pretty good grab on the defender, so I saw the flag fly.
Still fun to watch that run, I tell you what.
Absolutely, because he was pushed back maybe 5 yards right off the bat. And I think Jeff just made his pay right there in that one call. All right, so that's going to bring it all the way back to the 30-yard line. It's going to make it
first down and 16?
16.
Yeah, he must have some pretty high-powered binoculars out there, as I don't think his eyes can see that far without.
Yeah, luckily he can't hear us. All right, first down and 16. Young, the quarterback. He's got Zach Noren to his right. Young looking to pass. There's a wobbly throw over the middle, and it is picked off there by Verbeekmos.
Yep, Verbeekmos back there. And there's a flag on the end of that play.
But it should be McBain ball with the penalty at the end of the play.
You know, Lake City ran trips to the right there, Bill. I don't think Young looked right long enough for Verbeekmos to swing over to that side just enough. And he was not fooled by it at all.
That's a hold on McBain, so it'll back him up. But still, that's a second interception by Verbeekmos.
We got Ising with 2 interceptions for Lake City and Verbeekmos with 2 for McBain.
So there's been a lot of turnovers so far in this first half. Because we had a fumble.
That's a huge play in this game because it's 4:54 to go in the first half. Lake City goes in and scores, and you penalty, interception, and back-to-back plays. Even if McBain,
they don't
gets a first down,
right?
They don't score here. That keeps them in the ballgame.
That's right. If they can just eat up some time here, but they would love to get a big play. Open up this field a little bit. They've got 2 receivers.
We've got some whistles going on right here, Bill.
I think the Trojans might have been getting just a little too aggressive that time going for it all. They got to be patient. They've been doing fine running the ball, getting good chunks of yards, and I think they just got a little over-aggressive there.
And then when you're throwing to Verbeekmos' side, too, that's it's 6'5", and his leaping ability, it's hard to get that ball in there. All right, Alex Utek will bring the troops up. Quick handoff to the left side, busting through is Cole Sealand.
He's
still got some more room.
A bunch of tackles there, yep.
No flags on the play, so that's a huge gain there. I want to say he's at the 35, and they started right around the 10.
That's that left side of that McBain line again, Bill. They've been strong over there. That's 77, 75 over there, I believe, on that side for McBain. I'll get you those names in just a minute.
Fauble 77.
Fauble 55, I think, is over there.
Yeah. Sycamore.
Yep. Kyle Hamilton, number 55, over on that side, the end.
All right, Fauble getting ready to hike it to UTEC. UTEC keeps it, looking for a pitch, and he'll keep it himself, and he's tackled right around the 35.
That's well read right there by 10. That's ball. Or no, that's Ising. Leland Ising with a nice tackle, well read play.
Yeah, Dan, defensive assignments were perfect on that. They did not bite. 2nd down and 8 now for the Ramblers with 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. You are watching high school playoff Division 7. Dan Gussert, Jeff Castillo, and Bill Dooley bringing you action from Lake City. Pitch out to Cole Seelan. Seelan's got some space. He busts up for a first down.
Another first down. Getting close to midfield here with 3:40 to go. Nice drive here for McBain.
So the senior is just doing a great job of finding the opening.
Looked again a little bit like the right side of that McBain offensive line moved a little early. That's about the third time I think I've seen, but they must be right on the play, and the snap is just hesitant behind it.
Yeah, but it is kind of an optical illusion.
Yeah, it is.
Looks like there is some movement. One other time I thought the same thing. Are you seeing that down there too, Jeff?
What's that, Bill?
It looks like maybe some early movement on the offensive line, but
yeah, hard to tell from my vantage point.
Here's a bomb down the right side, and nobody's going to get that one. The closest person was
that's 20 for McBain or Lake City. That's Jacob Ball.
Jacob Ball was the closest one in the vicinity. It's going to make it second
Lake City
down and 10.
Defenders have been doing a really good job of staying with the wide receivers. There's not a lot of room to throw the ball right now.
Yeah, I think UTEC wants to throw that up in the air a little bit higher and let 6'5" or Workmos go up and make a play on that instead of trying to hit him full stride.
All right, 2 receivers to the right. Quick hit up the middle, then pitch.
It's a pitch, but a flag, Bill. Couple of flags.
We'll see if that's in the vicinity of a holding call.
Oh, Devin Davis with the tackle right there. Along
personal
with number
foul
44.
Personal foul against Lake
Johnny
City.
Feller. Lake City personal foul?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that call would have been. Because it was long before any contact on the tackle, Bill.
All I can think, Dan, is there was a high hit to the head
on
the quarterback. Both flags came out real quick, and we got a second here, Dan. We got to get our sponsors if we've got them.
All right.
Real quick.
We've got A&L Trading Post, Summit Digital, McBain Auto Service. You got the Young Funeral Home, Ebles Hardware, LC Materials. We've got City to Shore Real Estate, Miller's Corner, Fox Motors, Johnson Oil and Propane, A-Tech, Automotive Repair and Towing, Bauman and Rogers, Cadillac Casting, and Family Pharmacies, both here in Lake City and in McBain.
Hey, Jeff, did you get any sense on that penalty?
I really couldn't see from where I was, but I have noticed, the officials are really, really calling a tight game here, and they have been
right from the get-go
consistent. So I think both teams are kind of, going to play that out the rest of the way, that they're keeping it tight, and and that's a good thing.
Yes.
I couldn't tell if that was it a late shot to the quarterback right after he pitched it?
Well, that's what we're thinking. It could have been a hit to the head.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Anyway, a huge gain there for McBain, and there's a give up the middle. Right there is a Trojan defense.
Yeah, 67 right
67
in the middle.
67 and 60 and also 54. 67, 60,
a whole
54.
bunch there for Lake City.
Miles McLeod is 54. 67. Is that Knapp?
That's Skylar Miller.
Oh, Skylar Miller.
Yeah, he's that junior linebacker right there.
And number 60, I think I might have 60 here. That's Damian Wurtenberger. He's been in on several tackles. So it's 2nd down and 10, no gain.
Let's see if they look for Verberkmos here. Maybe Hooker out there on that left side.
Looking to the left, and it's thrown behind George Brown.
Yeah, looking for Brown.
Not a bad play
Nope.
with Verberkmos.
Just timing was a little bit off, I
Right.
think. So McBain's kind of stumped himself on the first 2 plays here after the penalty and bringing up 3rd and 10 here. But like we were talking, Bill, even if they don't get the first down, they gained a ton of field position, ate up a bunch of clock, but certainly Lake City can score from anywhere on the field.
Right, you don't want to give them too much time with
Nope.
the ball back.
Nope. We got timeouts coming here, Bill. McBain's going to take a timeout.
All right, that'll give us a chance to get our crew in here again. And
Okay.
we have Kaylee Buck is doing our graphics and replay tonight. We have Wyatt Van Dynen as our director. Rain Johnson Hill on a camera, along with Caleb Drake and Max Davidson. So good job to our 26 Sports and CCTV crew. And we do want to let everybody know that DVDs can be purchased, whether it's this game or a box set for the whole season. And this year, Dan, we covered
18 games. This is our 19th.
Pine River, Lake City, McBain, Mesick,
Cadillac.
Manton, Cadillac. Did I miss anybody?
I think that would be it. Yep. And if you
All
want to
right.
get any of those DVDs, you can go online to mynews26.com. You can check out cctv.cadillac.org, or you can telephone that in at 577-1844.
All right, we are ready to get back to action here with 2:15 to go here in the second quarter. Looking to pass is Alex Utek off his back foot, going for Gavin Seelan, and that one is knocked away. Good job by Gavin to
Yep.
alleviate
And
that interception.
Super solid defense right there by number 10. Again, been calling his name a lot. That's Ising. He's already had 2 interceptions. In great position right there. Fend that off. 4th down.
Jeff, you were right there, right in front of you. What'd you see?
Yeah, Waylon Ising was right with that receiver. Ball was underthrown by just a little bit and just enough where Waylon could make a play on it. But, cornerbacks are playing tight on the receivers tonight for Lake City.
McBain's going to go for it. That surprises me here, Bill.
Utek looking out wide. There's a pass. It is
Doesn't
juggled
matter
and
if it's
dropped.
complete or not. It's going
That's
to be
right.
short. Yep.
That was intended for George Brown. On the coverage is number 12. That's Wyatt Bisball, I believe, if my eyes are seeing correctly.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's an interesting call with 2 minutes to go. Certainly give Lake City, 25 yards of field position without a punt right there.
Yep, and even if you run it and you don't make it, it
You
eats
use
up
some clock.
some
Yep.
clock up. But
We'll see what Lake City chooses to do here. I think they'll probably put the ball in Noren's hands, see what he can do.
yeah, that's
Not a
would be
bad
my
thing.
bet.
He's had a great first half. They're going to go single wide splits here this time.
Okay, is it still
Another different look.
Still young at still young at quarterback. Here's a pitch to the left to Noren. Noren with some speed, and he's driven out of bounds.
He is an interesting runner to watch because there's a lot of times he does not move full speed. He's just picking and walking and learning, and then all of a sudden you see him go, and then there's other times like that when he's going.
Yeah.
It almost reminds me a little bit of what you see with Le'Veon Bell with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
The way his running game goes. He just kind of
picking and choosing,
Yep.
but then when he has to turn
he
it on.
can hit the hole, and he makes a lot of guys miss. He's strong-legged. First down, McBain midfield. Lake City, Bill.
Yeah, Lake City has an I formation here, Dan, and the pitch to the deep back is Norton. Beautiful defensive play.
Sealing blew that all up. He didn't make the tackle, but he blew it all up. Blitz from his linebacker position. I think that's number 50 that cleaned up his work there.
Yeah, Sean.
Sean Sycamore, is that 50?
Yes, that is 50.
No. Yep, you're right.
And it's going to make it 2nd down and 14.
We got an update in my ear here, Bill. Reed City Coyotes. I saw them down at Pine River last week. They're up big in their district opener tonight.
That's good. Another fairly local team, the Coyotes. This time it goes to
Fumble.
there's a fumble, and falling on it is Noren. So
That's 75 right there. Nice play. Punch that ball out of there. That's the Bonico kid. He's the sophomore, 5'11", 200. I think that was his beginning of the season weight. He looks bigger than that now.
Owen Bonico with a good defensive play, and we've got a timeout called. Was that McBain trying to maybe get the ball back?
I think, yeah, it looks like Lake City still has all 3 timeouts listed on the clock, so that's a McBain timeout. 59 seconds to go till halftime.
Bill, I believe that might have been Lake City calling that timeout. They got a big
it's just
30,
changed now.
16 here. They just dodged a bullet with that fumble there by recovering it, and I think they just want to take their time and think this one through real careful.
All right, that's probably a smart thing to do there for the Trojans as they are up 13-0 here with 59 seconds to go in the first half. And Dan Gussert along with Bill Dooley and Jeff Castillo bringing you the action here from Lake City. And as we mentioned earlier, we have Elk Rapids playing Ishpeming Westwood in the other side of this bracket. So the two
the
winners
Elks
will meet.
versus the Patriots in that game.
And you were saying, Dan, that the Westwood is there's 2 high schools.
2 high schools, yeah. Ishpeming High School and then Ishpeming Westwood.
Both public schools?
Yes, both public schools.
103.
Ishpeming the Hematites and Westwood is the Patriots.
That's a good geological name. Here's a big hole there for Zach Noren. He sheds 1 tackler, and he's all the way up to 42. It's going to be maybe 2-3 yards short of a first down.
4th down, and he stays inbound, so the clock keeps running. Lake City in no hurry. I think they'll run a play, and if they get the first down, then you'll see them do some things.
Did you see the strength on that hit that Noren?
Ceiling bounced right off him. I don't know if it's so much the strength or if it's just that the way he shifts left to right just avoids a lot of that. And if you hit him high, he's not going down. 20 seconds to go till half here.
All right, they've got Jacob Ball and then Wyatt Bisball on the left side, the I formation. Zach Noren will take it to the right.
He's got a big hole up the middle.
First down.
I tell you what, that'd be number 4 right there. He doesn't make that tackle, and they score.
Yeah, I believe that saves a touchdown.
No, that's Camphouse, Justin Camphouse, Jr. And there's 8 seconds to go. Lake City's going to use their second timeout.
Or are they just stopping it to move? Okay.
No, I got the timeout called. What are we doing at halftime here, Bill? What's the plan for our viewers?
Well, we're going to be watching I believe the Lake City Trojans marching band, so that should be some good entertainment. And we will do a little recap of the scoring thus far. It's 13-0.
I can see the band kind of getting ready down there. Hopefully they don't run over Jeff Castillo, and I hope they don't ask him to grab an instrument, unless it's maybe the drums.
Or maybe he's directing down there.
That could be too.
Jeff Castillo is a man with a lot of talents. And he was he, did we say that he was the mascot?
Really?
He
was in the Lake City mascot early on, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I might have to actually double his pay tonight. All right.
I can just barely hear you guys up there, but I know you're talking about me. I can just sense it.
Oh, he's got good ears too.
Jeff does a lot of nice things in the communities in northern Michigan with special education and certainly, with
Special Olympics
and his teaching and with all the shop things. He's very familiar with Lake City here, teaching there for a bunch of years over in Masick now.
All right, the potentially last play of the first half.
Little reverse.
Reverse.
It's not going to go in.
Oh, it's
a reverse throw.
All the way down to the end zone, but a little bit too far. He had him just for a moment.
I tell you what, it was well read by 3 of the McBain linebackers. They were in position, but I think he was open.
He was, and that'll end the first half here, a really exciting first half from Lake City. The Trojans will hold on to a 13-0 lead. You are watching high school playoff action on 26 Sports and CCTV. Dan and Jeff and I will be back in just a moment for a little bit of a halftime wrap-up here. Stay tuned.